Hello, this is Srinivasan, a fine art photographer, distance skater, welcoming everyone from the skating community, the distance skating community, the freelance skating community, and the bicycling community for my another video. And straight away you can identify what type it is. It's a product unpacking video. Okay, can you make something out of this package? Can you read something? No, right? So am I. Okay, it's all little crumbled, and I received it this way. Okay, since the product is a solid aluminum build, I'm not worrying about that little opening. Okay, let's go ahead and unpack it. I'm going for the longest, going for the length instead of the breadth. It appears to be square, but it's not square. Okay, so there you go. The product itself. The product is a bicycle pump. Okay, can you read it? Strauss bicycle air pump, one piece. The model number is ST, or the item code is ST1556. Okay, weighs about 225 grams. Okay, it cost about $800 packaged or manufactured on September 2022. Okay, so I got it on a reduction price, which was about like $230 or so. Okay, so there you go. It's the product itself. Oh, this is actually heat molded. I might have to cut the package to open it. Let's go ahead and do that. Okay, I opened it. We have the pump wrapped on a bubble wrap. Everyone knows the story of my bubble wrap thing, so let's keep that aside. We have a firm plastic handle. I think it will not flex. Okay, there are different brands, and I read those reviews. Okay, and people were saying like his handles actually flex, not for Strauss, but some other brand. Okay, and what else we have? The valve. Okay, I find some indentations here. Okay, but when I purchased it, it read old. Okay, so I know what I was purchasing. So yes, and it had 3 options. Okay, along with the actual options on the tube itself. Okay, these are additional options to whatever that is there. Okay, so what are all the options? Actually, there are 3 valves for bicycles. Okay, let's look at the bicycle tires. Actually, the type of tires, as in like there are 3 types of tires: clincher tires, tubular tires, and tubeless tires. Okay, so clincher tires are the ones that you will find on most of the bicycles, which is cheap, wherein like it looks like an omega shape. Okay, omega shape. I'll put the overlays. Okay, so it appears like this. Okay, and your cycle rim is here, and there are sides to your tube, tires, which are held into the rim, and you pump air into the inner tube, and when it expands, the tires held to the rims. Okay, those are clincher tires. The tubular tires are like the inner tube is built into the tire itself, and the valve comes out somewhere. Okay, so you don't have access to the uh, inner tube, as in like okay, so those are tubular tires. You pump air to it. I'm talking about the tires wherein you pump air to it. Okay, then comes the tubeless tires, wherein It's almost like clincher tires minus the inner tube. So hence the name tubeless. So it goes and clamps onto your rim. And for tubular tires, you have a different rim, okay, wherein the tire just sits on the rim. Okay, for tubeless and clincher tires, it's almost same, but for tubeless, it's much more covered and sealed. Wherein, because due to the lack of inner tube, the tire itself holds the air, so you pump air into it. So, okay, so the types of tires, and depending upon the size of the rims, rims could be this big to this small. Okay, the pressure valves coming out of the tube, inner tube, might be varying. So if you have a bigger rim, you will have a bigger valve, and there are valve extenders as well. Okay, if in case of like UCI bicycles, the tires, or the triathlon bicycles, the tires have bigger rim. I'm talking about the cross section here. The rim could be of this, width. Okay, so this long. So imagine the pressure valves, it should come out of that rim. So it's very big. Okay, so and UCI bicycles have a complete sealed wheel, so you have access on the side for the valves. So those are also very big. So coming to the valves, there are three types of valves. There are Schrader valve, then you have the Presta valve, and then you have the wood valve. Okay, there are three types of valve. In this pump, what we have here is two valves by default. The bigger one is Schrader valve, the smaller one is Presta valve. Okay, the Schrader valve is the common valve you'll find on any inner tubes in any bicycle in India, particularly. Okay, so you remove the cap, you put this and pump. Okay, you got to lock it with this actually. Okay, Schrader valve is the most common thing. The Presta valves will be found on different bicycles and different inner tubes with a longer thing. Okay, so those are things. Okay, so this additional item that you would find, which you can screw onto your Schrader valve and pump. Okay, this is for pumping air into your basketball, football, or any sorts of sports ball, rugby ball, etc. And these two additional valve extenders for your Schrader and Presta is like for pumping up your boat or your other river activity items, or some other things which requires air and pump, your bed, pillow, whatever, could use it for those things. So the major thing is like you need to know about your type of tire, as in like clincher, tubular, or tubeless. Obviously, if your bike's cost is very cheap, it will not have uh, mm, tubular or tubeless tires. It will only have clincher tires. So is mine. So it has the Schrader valve to it. So you need to know about the valves and the tires when you buy the pump. Okay. So I think this one goes on to the top of the pump, and I pump this way. So there is air coming out already. Sorry for the drag that I gave. Okay. So okay. I should show you this flying. Yeah, I can show it with this one. Let me try and hold the plastic paper here and see if this is effective. It's not flying. Right. It should be effective now. But you do hear some sound, right? So it's not that powerful to push this bag, but it can. You hear the sounds, right? I'll put it near the microphone. I think my microphone is picking up that sound. I believe this one is for your foot. So you place your foot and pump it this way. Lock your tubes to the valves and pump it this way. Okay. So I had a very expensive. So you're going to lock your tube to the handlebars like this. Okay. I had an expensive pump with me when I bought my KTM Duke motorcycle. Okay, so only thing is like I didn't have the knowledge. I didn't buy a bicycle pump when I had my bicycle, as in like in 2011 or and up until 2012 November. Okay, so I didn't buy a bicycle pump back then. Okay, I bought when I actually bought my motorcycle, and unfortunately, I didn't have enough knowledge about the valves back then, and I actually bought a bicycle pump instead of motorcycle pump. Okay, so it had a different valve, and it won't fit in a different diameter, I believe. So I had it with me for a long time, and then I actually gave it to some people. I don't remember who I gave it to, but I gave that away. Okay, that was a very big pump actually. I think I don't remember if it had a pressure gauge, but yeah, yeah, it was a very big pump. Okay, so that is Strauss bicycle pump for you. Okay, hope it reads properly. Okay, that's the Strauss bicycle pump for you. This part is completely metal, and this is also a thin metal. Okay, rest inside I do not know what is there. Okay, I can't repair a bicycle pump. I haven't learnt about it, but everything seems to be intact. Though the item described on Amazon sales was old, but it appears to be fairly good. Okay, so what else? I need to go and pump my bicycle a little bit. I actually thought of, not having this bicycle pump for me, not buying a bicycle pump just because, like, I had plans to buy some airless tires. You remember? I remember saying that in one of my videos. So airless tires doesn't or solid tires. There are no inner tube or actually no tire. Actually, it's just a solid piece of polyurethane or rubber. Okay, and the squishy or a cushion effect that it has as a solid material, it's almost equivalent to 100 psi. Okay, so yeah, I'm fairly a big size rider, so as in like it should not be pound, should not be measured as pound SI. It should be measured as kilogram SI, whatever. But anyways, so up until then, I felt like the prices of good quality airless tires are really expensive, and I felt like I can. It's the Compass tires which I have here, the clincher tires, Compass 27 TPI, which is for the 700 C23C rims. 723C rims. It's fairly new, right? Because of the new bicycle, it's just a month old. I think I can get 6 or 7 months or even more a life of it. So until then, I thought like it's good to have a bicycle pump. And just in case, like if I decide I want to go for a bicycle ride now, you need not worry about if the bicycle shop or a motorcycle shop would be open, wherein you could take your bicycle and pump some air and come back. It's not nearby actually. I got to go almost like 1.5 kilometers on one way only. That's pretty far for me from my house. So I decided to buy a bicycle pump because of that also, and cost me $5 or so for pumping air into it. Anyways, so I think governments can install some, uh, free bicycle pumping stations, for public to use to encourage fitness and health activity in the state or the country. They could provide some free air pumps at certain places. These are cheap, fairly cheap, but still that could help. Just in case when this for someone else who are traveling that doesn't work, they could make use of it. Anyways, So let's go and pump some air into my bicycle. It needs a little bit, not too much. So let's go ahead and do that. It doesn't have a pressure gauge, so I got to do it with the feel, because when I bought my bicycle, it came with full air. So I started feeling the bicycle tire right from that. So every time I was holding my bicycle tire, I would press it like this. Since 23C tire, like, it can be felt with my fingers itself. Okay, so I remember the pressure of 100 psi that goes inside the bicycle tire by feel. Okay, so I pressed my tire. It feels like it needs little air, like a couple of pumps will actually fill that space. So we're going to do it by feel. So let's go and do that. This is the unboxing video for that, for the Strauss bicycle pump. Peace. Hi, so we are back here to the bicycle. You gotta forgive me, this audio is going to be coming from my Xiaomi Poco F1 mobile phone's inbuilt microphone. Okay, so this is my pressure valve. Okay, so I'm gonna remove the cap. Okay, so people would put some soap water or soap foam here to check if there is any leaks in the pressure valve. I have crossed that for a cycle of life, because like it's fairly new, and every time I know I would feel my tires like this, feel the pressure. Okay, so I remember how much is 100 psi. So this part of the video is not about the exactly showing you a complete pump cycle of my bicycle. I'm just going to show you how I fit. Okay, and I've already shown you how the pump rises and falls, so I think you won't need that. Okay, so you see, you hear the valve is releasing the air already. So I'm on the correct hole there. All I have to do is lock the bicycle pump and start pumping air. I'm holding it by my leg and using my two hands. It's getting tighter. Yep, that's done. Peace. So that's how it's done. Bicycle pump works. Thank you. That was the unpacking and the demonstration of Strauss bicycle pump. Peace. Bye.